Hello everyone. Welcome to Nanuya channel. Today, we're diving into a tough but important topic. Why some of us turn to self-harm or self-destructive behaviors when we're feeling overwhelmed by emotions like anger or sadness. If this is something you struggle with, know that you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not broken. There are reasons behind this. And more importantly, there is a way forward. Let's talk about it. When we feel intense emotions like anger or sadness, our bodies and minds want to find a way to release them. Some people cry, some talk it out, some journal, and others, maybe you, turn to self-harm. But why? For many, self-harm becomes a coping mechanism. It might be a way to regain control when everything feels out of control. It might provide temporary relief, a distraction from emotional pain, or even a way to punish oneself for feelings of guilt or shame. The brain releases endorphins during self-harm, which can create a brief feeling of relief or numbness. But this relief is short-lived and often followed by deeper feelings of guilt, regret, or frustration. There are also underlying emotional wounds that might be contributing, perhaps past trauma, rejection, or a feeling of not being good enough. Sometimes we aren't even fully aware of where the pain is coming from, but we feel it so strongly that we need an outlet. Additionally, societal pressures and unresolved childhood experiences can play a significant role in shaping these patterns. But here's the truth. Self-harm doesn't actually solve the problem. It only numbs it for a little while, often leaving you feeling worse afterward. It creates a cycle that's hard to break, but not impossible. Recognizing this is a crucial first step in your healing journey. The first step is self-awareness. Notice the triggers. What's happening right before you feel the urge to hurt yourself? Is it stress, rejection, loneliness, frustration? Start keeping track of these moments. Maybe keep a journal where you write down what was happening and how you were feeling before the urge hit. The more you understand your triggers, the better equipped you'll be to manage them. Once you recognize the pattern, you can start shifting it. Here are some alternative coping strategies. Express your emotions in a different way. If words help, try journaling, songwriting, or writing poetry. If visual expression feels right, try drawing or painting. If movement is your thing, dance it out or go for a walk. The goal is to release the emotion in a way that doesn't hurt you. Engage your body in a healthy way. Sometimes the need to feel something physical is strong. Instead of self-harm, try holding an ice cube in your hand, snapping a rubber band on your wrist, or taking a cold shower. These sensations can bring you back to the present moment without causing harm. Channel your energy through physical activity. Exercise can be an incredible emotional release. Go for a run, do some push-ups, or punch a pillow. Physical movement helps process stress and frustration while also releasing feel-good endorphins in a healthy way. Talk to someone you trust, a friend, a therapist, a support group. Don't keep this inside. You don't have to carry this burden alone. If talking is hard, consider writing a letter to someone, even if you don't send it. Use grounding techniques. When emotions become overwhelming, grounding exercises can help bring you back to reality. Try the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. This helps shift your focus and calms your mind. Create a self-soothing box. Fill it with things that comfort you. Maybe a favorite book, a playlist of calming music, scented candles, or letters from loved ones. When you feel the urge to self-harm, reach for your box instead. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Taking a few minutes to breathe deeply and center yourself can work wonders in moments of distress. Try guided meditations or simply focus on your breath until the urge passes. Develop a self-care routine. Prioritizing small acts of self-care, such as taking a warm bath, drinking tea, or watching a comforting movie, can help build resilience over time. No one deserves to be hurt. You need to stop judging yourself and everyone else. Self-judgment can be incredibly harsh and damaging. For example, maybe you constantly tell yourself, "I'm not good enough," "I always mess things up," or "no one actually likes me." These thoughts reinforce a negative self-image and make it harder to heal. We are commanded to love one another as we love ourselves, and it's pretty hard to do a decent job of that when we don't love ourselves. Stop even self-deprecating, because it just gives people permission to treat you even worse than people normally treat other people. You're going to get more hurt than you need from the world, just as a matter of course. So really, adding to it is not going to help anything. If you have a guilty conscience, you need to confess to the person you hurt, ask for forgiveness, and make it up to them. That's harder, but much more effective. And try being grateful, even for the littlest things. It really helps. And remember, you can choose to be happy just as easily as being sad. Healing takes time, and it's okay if the process feels slow. If you've relied on self-harm for a long time, breaking free from it won't happen overnight. Be patient with yourself. Your emotions are valid, and they deserve to be processed in a way that doesn't hurt you. You might have days where you struggle, but that doesn't mean you're failing. Every small step forward counts. Celebrate the days when you don't give in to the urge, and if you slip, don't be too hard on yourself. Progress is not about perfection, it's about persistence. And if you need professional support, please reach out. Therapy can be a game changer. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and dialectical behavior therapy, DBT, are particularly effective for managing self-harm urges. There are also helplines and online communities where you can find support. You are not alone in this. If this episode resonated with you, please know that you're not alone. There is hope, and there are ways to navigate through this pain without hurting yourself. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to reach out in the comments. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, be kind to yourself. You deserve it.